It seems the magic of mermaids never gets old, right? And guess what? The Bay Area is one of the few lucky places where you can actually see the magic right before your very own eyes. If you're still making your family plans for this summer, trying to figure out where to go, there is one place that is a must-do, no matter how many times you may have been already. Here to tell us about the excitement surrounding Weeki, Wachee Springs State Park and Buccaneer Bay are the beautiful mermaids, Christy Madden and Andrea Lagori. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Looking beautiful. We're so excited to have mermaids in the studio this morning.
We're excited to be here.
How excited are you to be able to tell people when people, oh, what do you do? What's your job? And you get to say, mermaids.
It's very different, definitely.
Yeah.
People, sometimes you get crazy looks and sometimes they get all excited, so you never really know.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit, how long have you been a mermaid? We'll start with you, Christy.
I've been there in October, it'll be 4 years.
4 years, all right. And then
I've been
for you,
there
Andrea?
for about 3 years.
3 years. And what is the experience like? I know we've kind of seen a little bit of the video already, but if people haven't been, it's this gorgeous take, crystal blue water. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cold,
Very
right?
chilly, yes.
So what are some of the, I mean, how do you explain what your job is and maybe, you know, kind of what goes into it behind the scenes?
Well, I would say that we perform underwater and we breathe off of air hoses, so we actually stay underwater and perform for about 30 minutes.
And that's really the time limit. You girls can't be in there for much longer than that.
No, it's very, very cold. I mean, and people ask all the time if we get used to it, and you don't. You never get used to it. You just do it. So yeah, we do the Little Mermaid, which is about 30 minutes, which is a storyline of the actual Little Mermaid, and then we have another show, Fish Tales, which is an informational show. We eat and drink underwater and do a couple ballet numbers.
Well, and we were talking too, kind of the fascination about mermaids right now. I mean, again, there's always been a fascination with mermaids, but there is something, it seems to be a little bit, there's t-shirts now. I mean, everyone's wanting to be a mermaid,
it's the
right?
new thing.
Yeah. So here we're here. So tell us a little, so there's air hoses at the bottom of the lagoon, or what do you call it there?
Yes.
So that's where you're, and then how long can you hold your breath for? What is it, how does it work?
We can hold our breath for about 2 minutes, but typically whenever we need a breath of air, we'll just take the hose and breathe. So we do Ferris wheels where we're all holding each other's tails, and then we swim back down to get our hose. So.
All right, so if the family has not been with, you know, and it's crazy because you guys have been around, of course, you're the world famous Weeki Wachees. It's been around several years, but there's still people who have not been yet.
Yes.
So what's the lowdown? How do you plan a trip out there? Because there's also Buccaneer Bay where there's slides, and I mean, it's really, you need to make a whole day out of it, right?
Yes.
Right.
So what do you, if families are watching this morning, how do you kind of plan your trip? What should you do?
Well, we have the mermaid show. We also have an animal show where we have reptiles that are native to Florida. We have alligators, snakes, turtles, and they bring them out so the guests can touch them and see how they feel, and it's pretty cool.
All right, and then kind of explain that Buccaneer Bay area and kind of the other, what else you can do.
So Buccaneer Bay is actually a part of our spring, so it's a spring-fed water park. Actually, we have slides. We actually have a dock you can swim out on, and people love it there. It's basically the same area that we swim in, but of course we're tied off.
Well, and what's so interesting too is there will never be a place like this anywhere else in the country where you can build kind of a tank of what you guys did several years ago. I mean, this is really, I mean, this is a historical spot which you guys, you know, are doing and
We love
kind
it.
of swimming in, So I'm sure some people are asking you, I want to be a mermaid. How does it, do you guys hold auditions? How does
Yes,
the
we
process
do.
work?
We have auditions probably about once or twice a year. Typically, if we need new people, we actually just held an audition with about, I would say, what, like
About 50 people.
50 girls.
Okay, so you
come
had 50
out.
girls, and then how many were you looking
We
for?
only could hire about 5.
Okay.
And we only ended up picking, I think, like 15 for interviews. So we do a swim test that they have to do, and if they don't get past that, you know, we send them home. They do a couple of our flips underwater. They do smiling. They try to do a breath hold, and basically, if you get past that, you're good to go.
And we go way back, by the way. I should mention, a couple years ago, I tried to be a mermaid, and I would not get past the auditions because it's a hard job. So again, congratulations on such a fun job that you guys have. Thank you for being here in studio.
Thank you for having us.
You need to go see the mermaids enjoying their time under the sea at Weeki, Wachee in Spring Hill. We promise you will not be disappointed. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.